Alright, so I figured I'd do a quick video explaining how to actually utilize this program that I wrote. So if you're on Windows, which probably a lot of you are, you're going to have a couple options here. There's FFmpeg, FFprove, and Magic. Before you run this program, you're going to need a couple things. So the first of which you're going to need to go onto Google here and Google FFmpeg, and then it should bring up ffmpeg.org. You click on this, and then you do download, and then you come down here to Windows, you click on the Windows thing, and then you do Windows builds, click on that, and then there should be a big thing right here that says download build. You click this. As soon as that's done, you open it up, and then there should be all this shit inside here. There's a couple options of what you can do with this, but I think the easiest method of working with this is if you literally just go into the folder, go in here, and you go into the lib folder, which there should be one, and you just drag all this in here like that. That's the easiest way. Alternatively, if you are feeling daring, you can also go to C, Program Files, FFmpeg, and you can put all your shit in there. And then what you can do from there, you go into your control panel and then type System, and then you click on this, and then you do Advanced System Settings, Environment Variables, and then under your path for your system variables, right here, you just add FFmpeg into there, your C program files FFmpeg. But if you just put it in the lib folder, you don't need to do that. So then what you're going to want to do is right here for FFmpeg, you click the three little dots, and then you go into the folder for YTP plus lib, and then you open up for the FFmpeg one, you just do FFmpeg, and then for FFprove, you do FFprove. And now for Magic, that's a different thing. So you're going to want to go back on Google and look up imagemagic.org. And then you go to download, and then click on the thing that says Windows Executable right here. And then there should be this link right here that says ImageMagick 7.0.8 37Q16 whatever. Click on the download button, and then just save that somewhere. So I'll do that, that's fine. And then once that's done, you just run the program. And then you do I accept, next. Probably don't need to do install FFmpeg because we already have that. And then you do next, and then you click install. But I'm not going to do that because I already have it. So once you've got that installed, and that's installed, this is the Windows tutorial again. So if you're on Linux or Mac or whatever, you're going to have to figure these things out for yourself. Hopefully if you're on Linux you understand how to do this already. So once you've got everything set up here and you know everything is in check, you go down here to sources and you click on the plus, and then just browse to your source folder, and then we're going to find a video to work with. In this case I'm going to do, I don't know, I'll just do Chad Warden because it's classic. I notice there's always some issues if there's a space in the file name somewhere. So if you have errors when you actually go to render your video, try shortening the file name or removing spaces. I'll fix bugs later. I'm just trying to get this pushed out right now because I think people are waiting for it. So anyway, this is your source. If you want to remove it, you can click the minus, and you can add as many as you want, and then you click OK. And then down here is, or actually now up here is the effect toggles. So if you don't want any effect to appear, you can uncheck it. The amount of times an effect will show up is based on a switch statement. It basically picks a number between, I think it's 1 and 16, so let me go in here and I'll show you. So yeah, it works based on a switch statement, and the statement's based on a random number between 0 and 16. So it's going to generate a random number between 0 and 16 for each clip it generates, and depending on the number that comes out of that random number, so let's say it generates a random number between 0 and 16, and it's 1, it'll do the random sound. If it's 2, it'll do the random sound and mute. So if you untoggle one of these, everything still has the same amount of chance to show up. It won't, like if you uncheck all these, you won't just have like a bunch of random sounds. So anyway, so I'm just going to keep them all on for now. And transition clips, these are, they're like little silly dumb things for in between each clip, so you have like explosions and the castle falling apart and dramatic chipmunk and just random stuff. And you can add your own in here too, just drag them in. These clips won't be cut up at all, so these will play through the entire thing. If not, it'll apply an effect to them. So once you got your transition clip set up, down here, these are the settings for each individual clip that the program will automatically chop up. So min stream duration and max stream duration and clip count. All of these kind of go hand in hand with each other. What it's going to do is it's going to take one of these random sources randomly, and it's going to split them up this many times. And this many times, it's going to cut a clip between this length and that length. So it's going to cut 20 clips of Chad Warden, or I mean, in this case, 10 of each, maybe. It's random. And it's going to cut each clip out of the video at some random point between 0.2 and 0.4 seconds long. Now, what I usually do is I keep this short, just because if you do anything longer, the pacing gets really, really bad. So I would keep this as low as possible. I wouldn't go any lower than 0.2 because then FFmpeg starts to starts to complain. And then max stream duration, I usually just, if you're going to change anything, I would change this one to maybe like 1 or 2 if you really want to. But I think 0.4 and 0.2 are good. 0.5 is okay too, and 0.6, but 0.4 is good. And I know it doesn't really seem like that makes a huge difference, but really, even adjusting it by like 0.2, that makes a huge difference, because the clips will be a little bit longer, the pacing will be a little bit different. This is kind of like rapid fire, boom, 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 boom. And I think that's, you know, the best way of doing it, because it is a YouTube poop after all. So once you get your clips, you just hit create video, and then it starts to chop away at those clips. Depending on the length of your clip and the quality of your clip, so if you have like an HD 1-hour movie in here, it's going to take way longer than, you know, a couple of YouTube videos from 2007. If it was successful, it will run through the whole thing and you'll see a new video up here. If it failed, which it fails a lot right now, and I don't have the time to fix it at the moment, but in the future I'm basically going to have error checking, which will prevent the clip from completing if there was an error in between each clip that it chops up. But sometimes what will happen is FFmpeg will cut a clip out of something, right, and then it will fail to do one of these effects for some reason. Like, I don't know what the reason might be, but each of these are programmed to do different things, and if it fails to do one of those things, it won't make the final clip. And if it fails to make the final clip, then it fails to make the clip afterwards, because it's all based on like a string of video. So if a clip fails, then it will fail to make the clip after it, and then you'll have a bunch of clips that just failed to create. And sometimes what will happen is it will put the old video back up here, and you'll think that it's a new video, but it's not. Just expect oddities, because really, this whole thing's very, very experimental, and it's kind of badly coded, because I kind of rushed it, and I kept making promises that I was going to release this tomorrow, and then I never did, and then tomorrow, and then I never did. So I'm trying to just get this out the door. So as a result, I don't recommend you do a very long video for each of these, because if you wait a really long time for your video to come out, and it fails halfway through, you won't know of it until the very end. So if you have to wait 20 minutes for your video to come out, there's 20 minutes wasted because there's no error handling.
You need to eat. Shit, that shit is. What the fuck? Some gang, you know, blown before they whistle. Ain't shit. I don't know that. I'll be back.
So yeah, that's YTP Plus. Enjoy, have fun.